Pork barrel spending is when the government spends money on projects mainly to bring money to the representative's district and earn them votes. This spending is also known as earmarks. Every year during the 21st century, the amount of taxpayer dollars spent on pork barrel spending has been in the billions. 4 years ago, earmarks accounted for $18 billion of the budget. During the first decade of this century, $208 billion in taxpayer money was spent on pork barrel earmarks. It has been abused drastically, and this kind of spending creates deficits, corruption, and too much government spending. While the amount of earmark spending has somewhat decreased in the past 10 years, it still caused a major liability in the 2010 campaign. In March, during the 2010 campaign, after there were controversies including corporate gifts and earmarks, the House Democrats banned earmarks to for-profit companies. This was expected to drastically decrease the number of earmarks. The Democrats also included requirements that every bill include a list of earmarks and that the requests are made public. Republicans responded to these rules made by the Democrats, and as a result, fewer Republicans in the House were requesting earmarks. House Republicans voluntarily banned all earmarks, but they were still trying to bring back overspending on earmarks that they developed during their 12 years in control of the House. An example of pork barrel spending that got eliminated eventually was sponsored by Republican Representative Don Young in 2003. There were plans to build a bridge from one island to Gravina Island in Alaska. It would have cost $190 million, and it was intended to make travel to Ketchikan, Alaska's airport easier with a bridge instead of a ferry. It was eventually scrapped by Alaska Governor Sarah Palin in 2007. Other examples include $148,950 for the Montana Sheep Institute in 2008, $196,000 to renovate the historic downtown Las Vegas post office, which was also in 2008. In 2009, millions of dollars went to tattoo removal programs, peanut research, and water taxi services on Pleasure Beach in Connecticut, which has a population of 0. At one point, there was a $250,000 request for a wireless network for the city of Hatsale, Alabama, and a $2.5 million spent on potato research. Other pork barrel projects done in the past 10 years have dealt with airports, fitness facilities, beef research, wood utilization, and brown tree snake control. While pork barrel spending has decreased over the past decade, between the years 2007 and 2010, Democrats cut the number of earmarks in half. This kind of spending wastes taxpayer dollars, creates deficits, as well as corruption. The billions of dollars that has been spent on unnecessary projects over the past 12 years could have been put towards actually important and needed projects for our economy. I think pork barrel spending needs to decrease drastically even more, and if possible, be eliminated from our economy.